Welcome to Brimwood Farm and another pond restoration vlog. So I'm taking advantage of the beautiful weather today and to get up here and to start doing some more of our pond restoration work. So if you remember, this is our huge pond and we're cutting a lot of stuff back and we're trying to bring it back to a big wildlife pond instead of the swamp that it is. So let's go and get started. All the stuff that we've taken out so far, and I took out this patch as well, and you can see that we've cleared a lot from around the pond, so it's actually nice that the sun is shining because we can actually see the sun's coming down in it. Now I'm going to get this log out and I think we're just going to start with this corner because it's a big pond. We haven't got the money or the time or the means to do the whole pond in one go. So I think as the sun is coming down on this bit, I've got a few pond plants with me, like 4, but you can see that this water is mainly stagnant. So it's mainly stagnant water. So what I want to do is I want to get in, I want to dig out a lot of this leaf thing because it's rotting leaves and it's making the water worse. And then I've got literally, I'll show you in a minute, I've got 4 pond plants that I've bought with the money that was kindly donated through Patreon. Well, this is slightly good news. I've just hoofed this big log out of the water and discovered there is some life, which is positive. So it means the water's not completely dead. It's hard to find, there we go. So there's a little bloodworm. So that's the first thing I've discovered in the water. So that's a positive step forward. So now I've got this big old log out. I'm going to clear out all of this with a rake and scoop some of the muck out. Most of the bubbles you can see are coming up is from where it is stagnant and there's trapped gas in the lower levels where all the leaves and things are breaking down. So you can see there's some bubbles and stuff. So that's kind of a sign that the water's not great. So what we need to do is get all of these logs out, start taking a few of these trees out, and get some more sunshine and greenery into this pond. So we've cleared the sticks out of the edge, so it actually looks a bit like a pond. Obviously there's a lot to do and this is just one tiny area. So as I keep saying, this is one tiny area. Probably this is kind of the size of a pond you'd have in your garden actually, just this one little area. But obviously it is the minuscule edge of all the rest. The water is actually fairly deep, so I haven't been able to get across and cut that down. And I do want to try and pull some of this out by the end. Although look, there is, that branch has actually got some lovely little catkins on it. But what we're going to do now is I'm going to just place a few plants out. So when I say a few, I literally, with the help of my Patreon supporters, have got 4 plants. So I've got a yellow flag iris. I've got a water mint. I've got some water forget-me-not. And I've got this water plantain. Now obviously in an ideal world we would prepare the pond and buy all the plants in one go and plant it all up in one go. but this is not an ideal world. So I'm literally just going to plant these 4 plants and pop them in near the edges, and I might even just leave them in their pots just while I work out what's going to happen with them, and then hopefully over the coming years they will establish themselves and start to reinvigorate the water, and then obviously over time we'll buy new plants as well. But the main thing is to get it started as quickly as possible, get these plants in the water as fast as possible so they can start to do their job. So even though we haven't cleared the whole pond, just this little section, rejuvenating this section will help to kind of spread it across the rest of the pond. So let's get cracking and place these plants out. So now comes the really fun part, planting. Now if this was an artificial pond, you could just pop the plant in its pot. You would have a constant water level where you put the liner in, and you would have made ledges which you could have stood the pots on. So I could literally just come up and plonk that in. Now this is a natural pond, and so obviously the water ebbs and flows throughout the year. And I know this part actually dries out, so over the summer this is going to start drying out. So these plants can't just be popped into this, because of course pop it on the surface as it is now and it's covered in water, but over the summer the water's going to drain away and you're going to end up with a pot just stood there that's going to dry out, which means I need to dig down and pop this into the substrate. Now luckily obviously it's a natural pond, there's no liner, so I can take my shovel and I can dig out holes underneath the substrate. So I'm just going to pop this in. I have dug a hole already, now I've just got to re-find it, pop that in, push it into the mud, cover it over a little bit, and that should be very happy for the months to come. So I've popped the plants in now, so the yellow flag iris, and obviously you can plant the crowns a lot deeper than the water. They don't need to be right in the periphery, especially as I said, this area does actually dry out. So in the summer this will be a bog rather than an actual pond bit, so that's fine. The forget-me-not is here. Again, it's a little bit small, so it's planted on the bottom and its leaves are only just reaching the top. Here's the plantain, and then the mint. Oh, almost went in the pond, guys. The mint, you can only just see, it's actually down here. It's below the water because again, it's not quite that tall, but it's a water plant, so it's quite okay, and that will actually invigorate it to grow up towards the surface and pop through. So we've got those 4 plants. Obviously I'm going to get more, and I'm going to fall in the pond again. This is good. We're going to get more each time we come up. We'll probably add some more, but hopefully now we have cleared this out and we've actually got some sunlight coming down onto this patch. We should hopefully be able to start oxygenating this weed with Sard looking on there, oxygenating this water, getting more and more plants in, and hopefully bringing a bit of life back to this pond. So I just came down to start pulling this tree out. This is all dead. There's a nice little live branch actually back here that's got catkins on it, so I'm going to leave that because it's quite sweet. But yeah, we're just going to come down and pull all of this out. But before I did I came and stood on this stump and I noticed that there's a reason that I can't pull it out. And that reason is there is a nest right here. And you may be able to see there are eggs in it. So that is a coot's nest. There's about 5 eggs. So we are going to have to leave this well alone now, and we won't be able to pull any of these sticks out, and actually we won't be able to even start doing any of this because it's kind of entangled. So instead we'll continue doing some pond work around the edge and taking out some of the more brambles and getting the dog out of the pond as well. You're not even a water dog. You hate water. But there you are in my new pond, walking over my plants. So that's it for another pond restoration. We have created quite a lot of mess. There's a lot of dead twigs that we've cut out, but I think we have achieved quite a lot. We've got much more of this cleared. We've got this nice single hawthorn here, and we've got some plants in. So I'm pretty happy with how this pond restoration is going. So if you've liked the video, please hit the thumbs up, hit subscribe so you don't miss any future updates. If you are on Facebook, please come and join us, Brimwood Farm's community group, and I'll see you soon. Bye.